Oh, we need Ryan basically to tell us if we're loud enough or not. Can you see it all? All right.
Yeah.
Good. So this is chapter 2, and we're on episode 2 of the stream. So what happened last episode is nothing because we just pressed X a bunch, and here we are.
Yes, I think you should probably, once the cutscenes are over, turn the game volume down a little bit to make it easier to hear what people are saying.
Fair enough.
Because that was an issue with the last stream. Watching back, it was kind of hard to make out what people were saying, especially over the louder music and stuff when there were fights.
Excuse me.
See you around. You know, no, but I want to.
Yeah, it's me, Exdeath, and Meco here playing Final Fantasy again. Mr. A is not joining us because we scared him off last time with this game.
It was a bit intense.
Sorry about that. Now, who'd you say you were looking for?
Ah, this is the first introduction to Fang.
Yes. It's gonna be a while before she really comes into the story.
Here goes.
Yeah, for the longest time, I saw her on like concept art and stuff. I always assumed that she was supposed to be like a bad guy.
Yeah. No, she's just a cool, mysterious character who ends up being your friend. Spoilers.
Maybe I was.
I mean,
Possibly
yeah.
a lesbian, depending on how you choose to interpret the game.
Lulu.
She's so mad, knowing I hid it from her.
Don't worry. I'll take the blame for you.
But you know, if you do take that interpretation, this game's really good for representation.
You should
I mean,
ask for something
Sazh and
bigger. These are
Vanille and Fang being a
fireworks,
gay
like in the
couple.
stories.
That's all everybody wants.
Stories, huh?
And it has representation for the mentally disabled with hope as well.
The sea who fulfill their focus. They become crystal and gain eternal life.
Would help if they gave you some clue about what you're supposed to do. We'll figure this thing out. You will never be one of those monsters.
I got this feeling that this is all like.
So what will I be?
There's a double meaning behind this. I think one about religion.
In what sense? Like the Fal'Cie thing is a metaphor for religion?
Yeah, like, you know, if you don't
Yesterday at the
do
store,
good in this life, you'll
got
never
us
live on in the next.
Yeah, I mean that the eternal life part. I guess that does
Yeah.
come with religion.
Don't know much
We're
about
following
jewelry.
inscrucible rules.
Like it.
And you
Well, I
don't
thought
know
it was
what you're
kind of-
supposed to do.
I almost kind of interpreted it as like a metaphor for just life in general too, because like you don't know what your purpose in life is or what you're
Stand
supposed to
by
do.
No matter
And,
what
but if you
happens,
if you do it wrong, you kind of end up becoming like a walking
Serah.
zombie. You're just like so
my
depressed and
one,
messed
my
up that
only-
you don't know what's going on anymore.
will you marry me?
This is always
Yes.
weirded me out because of how young she looks in comparison.
She said yes!
Yeah.
I
That's just,
it looks like his daughter is
Yeah.
turning around.
I feel like that's just anime characters. It's always hard to tell how old they are just from looking at them. Yeah, I was talking about this last stream where we're going to have a series of flashbacks that detail the events of several days before the start of the game, and this is one of those. We're seeing that Snow already knew that
Gotta love these fireworks.
Serah was a
They
Fal'Cie
granted
for a
my
little
wish.
while before the
Your
government
wish?
found out and started
Before I asked you to marry
killing
me,
everybody she'd
I
come
wish
into
that you would say
contact with.
yes.
Then maybe they'll grant mine too.
Did you say the game was a
What's
bit too
that?
loud last time?
Yeah.
To have the courage
Okay.
to tell lightning.
Once this cutscene's over, then I'll
Become
just
a
reuse
Hey,
the audio.
Our engagement is way
Mhm.
bigger news.
think that's the way to go. Just the in-game audio setting.
Man, I
Turn it
can't
down.
wait to see
Turn it
her
down quite
face.
low. I would recommend.
She'll be my new
I think when I
sister.
was streaming Omori, I had it at 1%.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, I said this was going to be about an hour stream, but I think this cutscene's going to take up half of that.
I know that there's several cutscenes coming up in short succession around this point.
Well, the good thing about that is that we can just get Serah just to watch some on YouTube or something, just to feel
Oh,
it.
yeah, that's true. Pretty much.
Dude,
Because we got this flashback cutscene, and then we'll have the cutscene where, like, catch up with the story and the characters wonder about what to do next.
Gorgeous. Our own private heaven.
see, it's all religious.
All we need. Just you and me.
Apparently, 13 Lightning Returning gets, like, really...
Oh my god,
religious.
yeah, it's bad. Like, I couldn't get through because it like, made me cringe. It was so heavy on the religious sort of meaning behind it all. It was so on the nose, it would kind of tearing my
know
nose.
from watching Yahtzee's review, but he said that, like, God actually shows up and gives Lightning a task or something like that.
It's just stupid. It's like you're treating it like he's the next Jesus or
Thank you,
something.
Snow.
Yeah.
It's so weird. Not to
And for
mention
some
the game's
reason,
just pretty awful anyway.
Hope goes back to being a little boy.
Yeah.
He was grown up in 13-2, and then he just kind of randomly turns into a kid again.
Yeah, I just don't really I don't really have much to do with that game.
The game didn't need 2 sequels. I hope we can agree on that.
Yeah, definitely.
Serah! Is this for real?
This must be Lake Brescia? Well, I guess we fell from up there. And the lake turned to crystal?
Well done.
Help me out here. I mean, did the Fal'Cie do this? How in the world did we end up here?
How should I know?
He's just literally the expedition dump, and like, that's all his entire role.
Serah! No one
Sazh.
survives a fall
Yeah.
from that height. Not without a miracle. Serah saved us.
Sarah,
Ooh, that sounded a bit
Listen.
off.
it's all your fault. She got...
Hey, 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 hey! Watch out!
What did I just do?
You used magic! You used the power of the sea! The Fal'Cie cursed us! We're the sea now!
Right.
There we go, boys.
We have actual
Now we
gameplay
finally have-
mechanics in the
yeah.
combat.
So this is where we can switch out roles. Yeah. Again, I'm missing. So apparently, I just press A button, but I think it's one of the shoulder buttons.
Yeah, I think it's one of the L buttons. L1.
Yeah, it's that one, and then you can choose. Yeah. So this one's a good one anyway, Commando Ravager, because then obviously you can build up the.
Yeah,
chain
that's a
super
pretty
fast.
classical attacking paradigm. And then the other one that you have, I think, is Commando Sentinel Medic, but I'm not sure.
So Yeah. So that's that one. The yeah, I kind of get that. Yes. So Snow will play Sentinel, so obviously it'll take most of the damage up with the tank, and while he's doing that, that gives
essentially a tank, yes.
yeah.
And Vanille will heal, so that's basically a defensive posture. Whereas the other one is very classical offensive one. The main way that it works is through the stagger mechanic. You have Commandos and Ravagers, those are two different types of attacking classes, and the Ravagers will fill up an enemy stagger meter quite quickly, but it will go down really fast, and the Commando's role is to reduce the rate at which that meter goes down, basically stabilizing it so that you can get it to the threshold you need to actually inflict stagger.
Alright. Shouldn't go any further there. I'm just going to adjust the volume now while I'm here. Volume mixer. I'm going to turn it down to 8. That should be a lot. If you want to test that, it should be.
Okay. I'll test it next time you get into a battle, because that's when it is loudest.
So we really are Lassie.
Looks like it.
You too?
Yep. Right here.
Of course, it's right there. Of course. Everybody else gets theirs on their arm.
Yeah, the sick butt tattoo for Vanille.
I think Fang does as well. I mean, not that we know who she is, but.
We have to go and attack that thing? Just
I
leave
can't
me alone.
remember.
It's your fault.
God, here we
It's
go.
your fault, my. You could have. All of this is your and Serah's fault.
Watch it.
I wish they'd have given Hope a butt tattoo as well.
Yeah, that'd be quite funny.
Sorry.
Everything is gonna be alright. You'll see. Come on. Off we go.
I do like how encouraging Vanille is towards him. That's kind of cute.
Yeah, someone has to be.
Yeah.
See, huh?
Yep. We're all playing for Team Post now.
So I don't know if I can actually. Oh yeah, I can customize now if I need to. So we can obviously make completely new ones.
Yeah,
although I
add
don't-
more. I would get like Commando Ravager medic as would be a decent one, I think. Because I think out of all of the roles,
yeah,
the
yeah.
Sentinel is maybe the not that good one.
Well, it depends because he has the most health. He'll always have the most health, so he's always going to take.
I think the issue I found with it is that like it has a move that theoretically like taunts the enemy into attacking them, attacking the Sentinel specifically, but I found it wasn't that effective. So I don't know. I think it's mainly for boss fights that you sometimes will use the Sentinel. In random battles, I'd rather just have like another attacker.
God, coming from Final Fantasy XIII, this game is so sharp. I mean, it could just be because I've also got the mod pack on, but I don't remember it being this sharp. Ah, here we go. Walk to his feet, and here we go. Another cutscene.
And do another cutscene. Yep, classic.
Okay, if we don't know our focus, how do we complete it?
I think I saw it.
Saw what?
That is how a focus comes down, people. The Fal'Cie,
See?
they don't spell it out with clear-cut instructions.
Yeah.
All you get is a hazy glimpse.
Mr. Exposition.
Well, you know, that's what they say. You know, legends and all. Legends.
No, he's got the chest tattoo.
Did you
Oh,
see?
I'm noticing.
You're hoping this shows a bit more of that later down the line.
Yeah.
It's all kind of foggy, but I saw this big, towering.
What? Wait a minute.
Do we all have the same dream?
Ragnarok.
This is going to be a difficult one to explain to Mr. A when it does come out.
So,
Yeah,
we all
I'll give it my best shot.
We all heard that same voice.
Mhm.
You mean that was our focus? But how are we supposed to know what to do from that?
That's the tricky part. The dream's the only hint the Fal'Cie gives us. Figuring out what to do with it, that's our job.
Okay. We're Fal'Cie, right? Enemy's a cocoon. So, does that mean that our focus is... Are we supposed to...
Save her.
Say what?
Our focus is to protect Cocoon.
Really? Okay. And why's that?
Serah told us. Let's do it. We're all in this together. I'm gonna look for Serah. She ought to be nearby.
I'll come too! Wait!
Jeez.
That boy can't stay still.
Really?
And we're back.
Yeah.
While we're
So-
here, I'm just going to adjust you a tiny bit because judging by the feed that I'm getting here, you're apparently super loud, but you could always check that yourself if you want.
Okay, I will. So yes, we've just been through a cutscene that's where everybody is Fal'Cie now, and they don't know what their focus is. And that's one of the things that I think leads to criticisms of this story, is that it's going to become quite directionless for the next few hours. Okay. Seems like I'm kind of loud, so I guess it would be okay if you turn me down a little bit.
I've turned you down just a tad bit now. Should be okay. I'm trying to make sure we're both at the same level. Judging by this, we should be now. So if you talk a bit now, it should be fine.
Okay.
That should be perfect, I think. So do I sound okay on the stream?
Yes.
Yeah, I think we should be about the same level now. I think we're peaking just a tiny bit, but that's only on certain words, so I think we should be okay.
Yeah, you should be okay. I think I'm a little louder compared to you listening to the stream. But I wouldn't worry too much about it. I think it's like perfectly fine.
Yeah, that's fine. Right, okay, so I can't see what buttons I've got to press here, but I'm guessing it's just press X and then press X
X.
again to open it. Next, press something to select the character, and then press something to confirm. So you will select X. It's going to be X, 'cause it's always X for this game.
Yeah, X to confirm and the directional buttons to select. Obviously.
Yeah. Use. Yeah. So here is this level system is very reminiscent of 10, I believe it was.
Yeah, the sphere grid from Final
Yeah.
Fantasy X, yes. The main difference is that in that you actually had to use consumable items as part of the leveling up process, and that is not in this game.
Yeah, this is just all XP.
It's also very constrained because the limits to how far you can develop on this Crystarium are decided by which chapter of the game you are in.
Yeah.
So you can't overlevel that much. The game will put a hard cap on how strong you can get until you advance further in the story.
So yeah, obviously you have to go that active in a certain direction, but me going for that just then stopped me because I've run out of XP. Now I think with this as well, it pretty much does what most Final Fantasies started doing, which is sharing XP. So if the party member isn't active in the spare party member isn't active in your party, they'll still get some XP, which you can then use to upgrade their Crystarium later on. So you don't really have to worry about one character being completely underleveled and useless later on in the game.
I know that Final Fantasy VII has some variation of that mechanic, so it's been in the series for a while now. On low-level runs of Final Fantasy VII, they have to make sure that all the reserve characters are dead, so that they don't get experience.
Let's check something. No. I'll have to sort the keybinds. I might just have to switch to the standard Xbox ones if I'm gonna have issues with this one.
Yeah, it's not too bad really, because
No,
it's
yeah,
not hard to know like which Xbox button corresponds to which PlayStation button.
Okay, so now is actually a point of the game where getting into battles is actually useful, because now I'm gonna get XP.
Yeah, you do actually get XP, and the combat system has like more mechanics in it now, but it still isn't really utilizing them enough to be very interesting. Sometimes you won't really change paradigms at all in the course of a battle, or you only do it like once.
And that was pretty easy again.
Smooth one, yeah. Yeah, getting the back attack at the start is helpful because it basically
Yeah,
puts every enemy like a second away from getting staggered.
And with this game as well, finding these little secrets, these little chests, are always pretty easy because
Yeah, there's barely anywhere to go.
yeah, there's no way. It's very rare that you're gonna find yourself in a. Oh, what's the difference there? That's not really worth it. Strength.
I think it is. I think it is because Vanille has almost no abilities that would be based on strength at this point.
I guess I forgot about these as well.
Yeah. Like, I don't know if she can even do anything that is based on strength right now.
Well, we'll give it a go for now. Got to put accessories on everybody.
Her wristbands would also be okay on Snow. Or Lightning, she could also use it.
Yeah, I'd usually give her as much damage as possible. Snow, I prefer to use him as a tank, and
Yeah.
obviously medics. Yeah.
And also Snow will be absent. I guess this is a bit of a spoiler, but out of all these 4 characters, Snow is the one that we have the least access to for the next little while. So we don't really want to give him the accessory we only have one of.
I'll get it back later, but yeah, as you say, I think it's mainly Vanille that was stuck on his party for a long time.
Yeah.
I was trying to get around back of him, but it didn't work.
All 4 of the characters we have who are not Snow will be being played as a lot in the near future. Snow a little bit less.
I think, if I'm thinking about it, Vanille is the best medic, even late game. I think some of them drop off a tiny bit. I know Snow kind of does later on. I'm sure he kind of drops off as being as useful later, but I can't remember. It's been so long since I've played it.
I found Sazh to be the one who had trouble keeping up once the whole party was together. I think it's partially because of his guns. Like, it seems hard to get his guns to do as much damage as everybody else's weapons.
I know Fang becomes extremely powerful later on because she, I think she gets particular abilities that are really useful.
I also remember thinking Hope was actually quite good later on in the game.
Yeah, it does get good.
We fight it. Ragnarok.
Oh, I might be wrong about Snow. I know he still becomes a tanky as hell, but
to stop it, to keep Cocoon safe.
You can use whichever 3 characters you like, really. Especially later on in the game, it gives you like, even more options.
She said to protect Cocoon, and then she turned to Crystal. That's the proof right there. She completed her focus. That means ours is to save Cocoon. Serah's Fal'Cie was the same as ours. Our focus has got to be the same. We were chosen to be guardians, to defeat Ragnarok. It makes sense.
What the hell it does? You're grasping at straws, son. Post-Fal'Cie are Cocoon's enemies. We just got recruited by one of them.
that were an expedition
If I
off.
were a betting man,
See who was most
I'd
accurate.
put us on the other side.
So Serah's an enemy too? Well, I don't buy it. We have the power to save Cocoon. If we work together,
Snow's kind of trying to speculate about the
Fal'Cie took
story.
Serah from us, and you want to help it? Whose side are you on?
Lightning is so violent in the early game, and that's what I'm having trouble with, I guess.
Yeah.
Because like yesterday, she beat the shit out of Sazh because he was trying to hold on to her or whatever. And now she's like, I think she smacked Snow multiple times, and then she just like had her sword at his throat.
Yeah, she is a bit
Nice
over the
gun.
top sometimes. There we go, some badass moments from her.
I guess as long as she doesn't start beating the shit out of Hope, she won't to quite cross the line. I like how we're over 2 hours into the game and now it's telling you how to manually pick your abilities.
I know, I was just thinking.
Implies that that has not been necessary at all up to this point.
Oh dear, the range drops then.
That was a lot of guys shooting me. But okay, yes, so Hope was saying that Serah seemed to fulfill her focus last time you saw her.
Yeah.
Which makes it seem like her focus was just to tell everybody else to protect Cocoon.
I thought they'd be tougher
And
than
then
that.
the Fal'Cie that turned all these guys into
Supposed to be cream of
the
crop.
sea was the same Fal'Cie. So if it assigned Serah to tell them to protect Cocoon, it seems to make sense that its motive would also involve protecting Cocoon, and therefore would give them
So,
a task
from what you're
related to
telling
that
me,
as well.
Sounds like a regular old soldier who's got
Yeah,
more
I
training,
thought I'm gonna be
especially for-
Final Fantasy out, mate.
Nothing for us Lassie to be afraid of.
Yeah.
That's all I've been playing lately, and I'm thinking of starting another Final Fantasy after this stream as well.
Which one?
They hit the field and it's game over.
I was thinking 12, but I think I might be a bit long.
Okay. 12? Yeah, it is quite long. It's very long. It's one of the other ones that I haven't finished.
Hey, wait!
Possibly something like Crisis Core if I can emulate it.
What's a man to do?
Yeah, I've never played that one either, but I think most people like it. It's got a version of Cloud with black hair, so that's sexy.
I'll decide. I'll think of something. I want to do. I mean, ideally, I wouldn't mind going through them all and just doing like a
Yeah.
entire series of everyone else.
I think of doing that once every now and then, doing a Final Fantasy series playthrough.
Or
I was
split them
doing-
if you want, and then like you could do some of them like 9 and that if you wanted. And
Yeah, I was thinking of doing 6 as well.
yeah,
I was thinking maybe I would do 6 like around the same time we're doing this one to sort of show the contrast of 2 different eras of this franchise.
jets. Yeah, that might work out. So could end up moving to because what I'm thinking as well is everything gets uploaded straight to YouTube. I managed to just with the first episode I just uploaded it to YouTube. It's private at the moment, so we can edit it down.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was wondering about that because you said that stuff got uploaded, but I could not see any of the videos. So I was...
No, it's definitely up there. You should be able to see them if you're a manager.
yeah, if I
and then
sign into that account, I'll do that now to make sure.
and then you can use the YouTube editor to condense them down a bit if you know to get rid of like the start. If there's any like just you know like how we always try and sort it out at the start. Get rid of all that and then just keep to the important part. But as far as adding an intro and stuff like that, I think they'll just be separate. You know, the intro and outro that I made to it.
Yeah.
I think I'm just going to leave them to like the actual discussions that we have.
Yeah, fair enough. It's not strictly necessary.
No. I mean, I must admit, it's kind of at least it's a breath of fresh air going from one game where you just press the same attack button to go into another one.
Another game where you also just press the same attack button.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. It's a nice change. And you keep that guard up. Why is she not healing Snow? That's a bit odd. There we go.
So the Fear playthrough was also saved on YouTube, but it's private as well. That was what confused me.
Yeah. Well, what I thought was best to do is just edit them private, and then once you put them as public, it uploads it like it starts it up like it's a new video, like it's just been published.
Yes.
So we can at least make sure it's all arranged properly before we just put it out and then have to edit it afterwards.
The thumbnail that we have for the Final Fantasy XIII video is quite funny, actually.
Oh, yeah, what is it again? I've forgotten it. Just
It's one of the like random kids smiling right at the camera.
yeah. I think the one for Vanille, this one's going to be similar because I think it's just got a screen cap of Vanille's face. So.
Okay.
That should be preemptive, yeah. No, what am I doing? It should be. Yeah, that's fine. I'm not concentrating now. I'll choke just then.
I think Blitz is on as many of them as possible would have been the ideal play.
Now I just
Whatever,
having to cough some out then. Don't know why I'm choking on some old food.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm probably going to get 3 stars or something for this because
Yeah.
I'm not pressing X fast enough. Oh no, I'm on that. Yeah. There we go. Nice 3 stars, I think. Oh no, 5! I thought that would be 3 because that was a pretty bad performance.
Yeah, well, you did get preemptive strike though, which I don't think it takes
yeah.
into account.
Silver Bangle, brilliant. I'll save. I'll actually.
Yeah, it gives even more HP than the bronze one.
I won't give it to him just yet because they
For reasons, yeah. Yeah, I was thinking Vanille would be the right pick for it too.
I won't bother them too just yet.
Yeah, but I was gonna say that too, possibly even Hope, because he actually has the least HP, so he's the one who would be like least likely to just get randomly taken out, or most likely.
Improved potions.
I guess you kind of have to have that on your party leader, because I don't think the NPC, the non-player ones will actually ever use them.
Yeah, exactly.
But I also don't think it's a very good effect.
I think it'll be improved by about 2%. I can't see it being a massive issue. I think like late game especially, you don't ever find yourself using potions at all.
No. Basically, once you have the medic, you don't really need potions much anymore. It's kind of just an emergency button.
Weird, isn't it? Of all the messed up ways to meet, I might as well make introductions. I'm Snow Villiers. Short stuff?
Hope best time.
What about her?
Bodum Security Regiment. She goes by Lightning. Last name's Farah. First, anybody's guess.
Spoiler.
Sazh, Catsroy. Good to meet you.
Very odd first name as well for a Japanese game.
It's not right. My
Says.
kids have
No,
to be trained.
Lightning's real name.
I'll keep the kids out of trouble.
It feels
Yeah.
so Western.
Yeah, I mean, I can't even tell, like, is she supposed to be Japanese or is she supposed to be white?
Trying to take on the post Fal'Cie. That was our first mistake. We should have left it to the Sanctum.
I guess white if her first
Why not?
name is Claire.
We've counted on the Sanctum's Fal'Cie for
Well,
food,
yeah, I mean, like,
water,
it's
everything
code
we've needed
names
since
like
the time
Hope,
we were born.
Snow,
Yeah.
Lightning.
Hope is Hope is actually a name that people
Gotta be
have in this country, but it's almost
It might have
always
been.
girls.
Well, he is a bit of a girl.
Not so
It's
sure
not.
anymore.
Yeah, that's true. That's really that's a sexist thing to call him.
I mean, he's a pretty girl, is what I meant to say.
True. He does have nice hair.
He does. Got very typical Nomura. He ain't got enough belts though, so I couldn't tell it was a Nomura.
He does have a very fashionable scarf.
Yeah. Dagger's so quick on these. What on earth is that? Something coming through your microphone there, Exton.
Oh,
Sound
it's
like a
my
spaceship setting up sail.
shit.
That your washing machine again.
Don't sweat it. I'll take care of this.
No, it's like the vents. I'm gonna try reducing.
Super loud as well.
Oh shit! I must have turned up. I meant to turn down the gain, but I accidentally turned it up.
I mean, I don't think Yesterday's going to be missing much, as I say. We are just going through the standard of walking forward and pressing X for a while, but this time we
Yeah.
can.
A few cutscenes, but I guess all that really has happened in the cutscenes is that they all found out they're Fal'Cie and they don't know what their focus is, and they've argued a little bit over what it probably is.
I like it how they just don't know what to do because I've jumped over a little bit. Ah well,
Classic.
let's ignore her. Now let's come back. But there she is. Again, though, I actually want to get into as many battles as possible for all the XP because there are some tricky-ish bosses later. I won't say they're difficult. Oh my god, well that were difficult.
The amount of EXP you get from these battles will be kind of irrelevant by then.
Oh yeah, every little helps, and especially when it comes to. Ooh, was that there, didn't you? There we went. Was that a Vanille weapon? Yeah, I should have checked before I just clicked through. Ah, it was a her weapon. That's not too bad, I think.
I think that's the way to go, because I think
Yeah.
she mostly only has physical attacks at this point.
But you see, these parts to make it feel like you're not just pressing forward, you're jumping forward. That's a big difference.
Much more cinematic.
Yeah, exactly. There we go. Cutscene, boys.
Yeah, speaking of cinematic, more cutscenes. Ah, there she is.
Serah!
He's like, Serah. He's like, Serah!
The dialogue for this cutscene so far has been Serah, Serah, Serah.
We'll see, Sarah. He's not very smart, is it? I mean, it's like...
No.
Thanks.
No, neither of them are, but... Stab her! Kill her!
Except Lightning, I guess. And I think Hope is also not doing it.
This is goodbye.
Lightning! Just gonna leave her?
Psycom will be here soon. If they find us, we're all dead. You think Serah'd want that? You think you know how she feels?
If I leave her, then I'll never know. We'll be fine. I can handle anything they throw at us. No one will die. I'll protect Serah and Cocoon.
Oh no. Oh no.
Lose again.
She was protected to you?
I can save her!
God, Lightning, go see a therapist or something.
Whatever
Jesus.
it takes.
Lightning, stop! He's already dead.
Imagine if this was a man, another
Yeah.
man. Like how much less this scene would be considered acceptable.
Yeah, if that were Snow walking up to her,
Yeah, jeez.
I think Square would get a few complaint emails.
Feminists would not be very happy.
Yeah,
I
Snow
guess
would-
maybe.
What makes me laugh is, in all seriousness, like, people will think, oh, Lightning's a badass just because of that scene alone. But if Snow did that, it'd be like, oh, Snow is awful. Why is he not
Yeah,
there?
definitely. I guess what I would say to that is it's really equally as bad for Lightning to hit Snow as it would be for Snow to hit Lightning. She just kind of comes off as like a psycho at this point.
Imagine if Cloud would like just slap into Ether and that's
Yeah. Or even like if he was slapping Barrett.
yeah. We wouldn't root for him, would you? Just be like, he's a bit of a dickhead.
Yeah.
Let's tell me about the paradigm shift again. Go on then, sure.
I was going to try to tell you about staggering specifically. Because it thinks, well, correctly, thinks that stagger is quite important to beating this boss. Yeah. You also have the TP, which is basically mana, actually. It's used for, like, very powerful abilities that you don't have to use that much. But I think the one that I mostly use is Scan. There's, like, a bestiary that fills up as you scan everything.
Get Vanille to heal everybody a bit, and then switch back to
Stay sharp.
Balance Assault. Right now he's going to do Crystal Rain.
Just stay
Oh,
on it.
let's not think about that. I'm dead.
Oh, wow.
I can't stop now.
That surprised me that he took you down so fast.
Yeah, I obviously haven't got remembered the boss's patterns yet, so
I guess this
yeah.
one's a little trickier than I remembered this part of the game being.
Fell too. I wonder what
but
else
there's
is
no
down
cutscene. Oh no, I think yeah, let's just skip them that in this game.
You will want to use Solidarity, I guess. When it's about to do a stronger attack, at least.
I know, I messed up.
I probably would have made the same mistake here.
And then does it after this, I believe. Yeah. Just speed up the process.
Now you can probably go back to that. So all the stagger is drained away, so that's alright.
got the feeling he's gonna do something.
Yeah, and it seems like he's about due for a big attack. There you go. I think that's his biggest one. I think the crystal ring is not as bad.
Vanille sounds strange when she
Seems like she's enjoying herself, yeah.
speed that up. There we go. There we go. 5 stars, easy. Pro.
5 stars, good job.
We just died the first time, but you know. That did.
Then you
make
got
me
5
happy.
stars the second time, so that's what counts.
You learn from your mistakes.
We want to help Serah too. But without tools, we could be digging for days. The army's on our trail. So for now, we gotta keep moving. For now.
So I just abandoned her and saved myself?
What about your focus? What happened to banding together and saving the world? Isn't that what you promised? Now you want to forget it all and die right here?
Yes.
Snow, you're nothing but talk.
Damn. His words are almost as hurtful as the various punches and smacks that she administered earlier.
I think, yeah,
finish this
I think you should
focus.
just turn around and smack her in the face. And between them,
Equality.
and then just hope comes out of nowhere and starts punching them both.
Yeah, and it just descends into a big fight. Neil and Sazh join in.
Stay out of trouble.
You do.
Get going.
Okay, so everybody else is going to run away from these soldiers that are coming to kill them all.
Okay.
But Snow wants to stay behind to be with Serah's body, which is another very stupid and irrational decision that the characters are going to make.
Snow.
Save it for next time, kiddo. You'll get left behind.
But
It's okay, Hope. Light'll take care of you. We'll meet again.
yeah.
You
Count on it.
will. Yeah, I knew it was something like that. You bet.
That's actually kind of a cute character interaction, though, is that Hope is standing there trying to work up the courage to tell Snow how much he hates him, but Snow thinks that he's like scared to go
Yeah.
away from Snow.
Yeah.
Thinks he's so like that's such a looks up to Snow so much that he
Yeah.
doesn't want to be away from him.
Snow's just there, like, don't worry, one day you'll be as strong as me. And independent,
Yeah.
and everybody will look up to you, just like me. It's like, fuck you. There we go. We lost Snow again.
We got Sazh as another active party member because Hope is too much of a pussy.
Yeah, this is what I was saying before. If you go like, if you get a pattern going like this, she just does that. She gets really annoying.
Yeah, that's cool actually. I like it when they have stuff like that.
Nah, she's not doing it now. But like, if you're around a circle, she kind of just sighs and just like, what the fuck? Yeah, like that. She just stops you, and she's like, oh. Look how disgusted she was.
Yeah, just be glad she's on the other side of the screen, or else she would hit you as well.
Yeah. It's funny they made her like punch the screen and like a crack in the like, crack effect.
Yeah,
Like that's her entire character, is that she's just angry constantly.
it's just really violent.
Should have like domestic abuse adverts, you know, like the call lines and that throughout this. If any of you are distressed by the interaction between Snow and White, please remember you're not alone.
Stay sharp.
Ah shit, I haven't got the right.
Yeah.
Keep forgetting that
Big
I've lost.
paradigms.
Yeah.
I think Sazh can be a synergist at this point, but I'm not 100% sure. Might actually just have Commando and Ravager.
Just stay out of my way.
Yeah, I do get the soundtrack this game.
Yeah,
That
for
was
sure.
quite a highlight for me. Okay, let's just sort that out. So, he's only got Ravager anyway. What a waste of time.
Only Ravager.
Oh, well, we
Well,
can
there's
have that
not-
if we ever need that for whatever reason. Have everybody a Ravager.
Yeah, I mean, there's some merit to that one.
Yeah, I don't think 3 is that useful. I mean, they've already got the Commando Relentless Assault is like one of the most essential, I think.
Yeah.
I don't think you need 3 Ravengers unless you really need to fucking build that stagger up as soon as possible. Oh, then again,
Yeah. But you kind of want the Commando and the Ravager working together to build Stagger, because the Commando like stabilizes the Stagger meter.
I can't have Hope yet because I'm not allowed to build a battle team. So
Yeah, you can't change the order, so you can't bring Hope into it. He'd probably be more useful depending on what classes he even has right now. He might also just have Ravager for all I know.
I would say we need to just give this part to Mr. A to go through. Just read all this. Chocobo chick, that's the most important thing you need to know. This chick has no name.
This Choco chick travels in Saz's hair.
It is the most important character in the game, so pay attention.
Hope Snow's okay.
Okay, that was awkward camera. I did not. Oh god, no! That wasn't good. The camera took ages to catch up with me then. Ah, it went there. Yeah, that was okay. I got away with that one, but yeah, that was a bit off.
That would have been frustrating if you'd gotten back attacked because of it.
Yeah.
Okay, do not shake the slippery tube. Be cool on this. Do not shake the slippery tube.
I was saying if there was an interaction, I wouldn't just, you know, try and chase her off. But...
It's Lightning telling Vanille that she's next for a beating.
Wait, oh, I need to go down there. There's something down there.
It's hardly scary if you look down. You should close your eyes.
Shut up.
I don't know if that's a very good idea, Vanille.
I mean, I don't think I'll ever fall off, even if I try and force myself off, so I think I'm fine. Oh, nice.
140 gil.
Haha.
Repair Jenna
That's good.
Duelist. Yeah, that's your Sazh.
Does he have much? Oh yeah. I'm going to mainly use the
Right
Ravager,
now,
so
yeah. He's in there, Ravager. He's all magic.
yeah, I think with, I mean, considering it is very linear at the moment, but there are some like the graphics on this do have aged pretty well, I'd say, and stuff like that. And it has got
Oh
some
yeah.
pretty, the sights are still quite nice to look at, despite not being able to fully
Mhm.
explore.
This area is weird. It's some kind of frozen lake with Fal'Cie changed, but visually it's nice to look at for sure.
It's a lot, yeah. I think.
Yeah, this is the way to go.
I wouldn't rely on doing that.
Yep. Kill them all off except for just this one.
Some nice yellow guns he's got now.
Yeah, this man with the golden gun.
I should look for a mod so you can just play some with Nerf guns or something, because I mean that's how useless it becomes later on anyway. So.
Yeah.
We'll never get past this if you don't say something.
Words won't change anything. Next time we meet, he'll learn exactly how I feel.
Oh dear.
Poker's entering his edgy phase.
Yeah. Oh, there was something to examine there, and it's not.
He is 14. I guess a lot of kids go through that phase at that point.
Good job. I still need to go up here.
So you need to fight a pack of lions for 240 more gil.
Yeah. Well, I'm a grinder, and I need to grind. Wait.
That was a very efficient fight, though. Took you 4 seconds.
It's about that grinding. I've even downloaded an app called Grinder. I think that's.
Oh yeah, I've tried that one.
I think that's supposed to help me with my grinding.
Lots of Final Fantasy XIV players on there.
Yeah.
Stay sharp.
Yeah, there's a lot of kind of a lot of dead air because there's not really much to talk about at this point without spoiling anything or getting into. So I think we should cover this up with some talk about Resident Evil 6.
Resident Evil 8 or Resident Evil 6?
Is it 8 now? I mean, I haven't played 8, so I haven't really got much to comment on apart from
Yeah.
you know, it's a bit disappointing that the big tall lady isn't in it a bit longer.
Yeah. Well, the only thoughts I can really share are related to Lady Dimitrescu as well. But I also have very little to say about Resident Evil 6 because I only played it for like an hour with my friend and we were both really bored of it by that time, so we stopped.
Yeah, it's oh, we haven't talked about. We need Mr. A for rat facts, so we'll have to do 5 or 10 minutes of rat facts. Like the rats in this game were
Yeah. They
You
take
know?
up too much processing speed, so you
Yeah.
should kill them.
That's why the Xbox version of this had to have like 4 discs or something.
Oh, just to store more rats, yeah.
So this is TP that you were talking about earlier. Techniques. Use technical points. Your partner's TP gauge appears below the leader's HP. Yeah. So in this case.
Yeah. You can use Libra. You get like a permanent bestiary entry when you use Libra, so if you are a sort of completionist type of player, you'll end up using it on like every enemy you encounter the first time you fight them. To try and fill out a nice full bestiary.
Yeah, and that's also really useful because obviously it automatically changes your auto attack then because it knows what to start using, so you won't need to go through every single ability to realise what its weakness is.
Yeah. This is another one of those games where they don't want you to have to manually put in the same commands over and over and over again.
I guess that would be a bit inefficient, just having to go through every single attack, same routine every time, just to find out.
It's kind of a common problem with JRPGs that you can often feel like you're just pressing through the same buttons again. So in this game, you only give your party kind of broad commands through the paradigms.
Okay, this is an alpha male, alpha behemoth. So.
Yeah, it's an alpha male. It would fit in on AFT.
Oh. I love how he's like slowly sidestepping towards it. It's Sazh, then that was quite funny.
Yeah.
Look at that. Cute little jig next to it.
Oh yeah, it's almost like a strut.
Yeah.
It's cute.
No spoils for that, that's a bit disappointing. What have we got? A bit of nothing. See, stuff like that's always a bit bizarre how you can see on the map that, you know, there's a big area here and you go up there and there's nothing to see.
Yeah, it makes you wonder why they put it there.
I guess it's to trigger that, the little speech there by Sazh.
Yeah, possibly.
Ah, you've walked straight into my expedition dump trigger. Let me explain.
Everything is Sazh's exposition dump trigger though.
Yeah, this is all his dream, you see, he knows what's going on, he's the mastermind behind this. It's like, you know, the theory that Jar Jar Binks is actually a Sith.
Yeah.
This is what it is with Sazh, he's the mastermind behind
He's the Jar Jar of Final Fantasy XIII.
Yeah. Yeah. Token black guy that has to be in there.
That is actually something that some people think about Jar Jar, is that he's a racist stereotype.
Well, yeah, the guy who played him was the African American, and I believe that they just got him just to put on a Jamaican accent, which is just a bit strange. I think, I mean, I might be wrong there, but I think it's somewhere along those lines.
Just because they shared a neighborhood with a Fal'Cie.
I don't know about that. I think apparently some of the words that Gungans say are like were stereotypical, like mocking black accents or something.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's a weird sort of weird Jamaican-ish sounding voice that it's got, which always confuses me. Not the Misa bit, but I don't mean the Misa Jar Jar, like that's, you know, typical Jamaica.
Yeah, so the average Jamaican speak.
But the Sanctum
Look at those effects on it there, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Up until now,
Vanille's hair.
always stepped in to correct their errors in judgment. Guess humans aren't worth the effort. Figure they'll let us just kill each other off.
The Sea are not human.
Listen, you, that's enough.
It's such a moronic viewpoint because they're just humans who've had like a little bit of magic like spooged on them.
We're still alive. That's something.
Oh, Vanille, what an optimist.
What?
Yeah,
Where is it?
that's pretty much it. They've all got very cliche, like, personalities.
Yeah.
The miserable one, the hopeful one, the angry one, the straight man, the one who's on the ball all the time.
Yeah, emo kid.
They're trying to trap the stragglers.
Well, the game will get into the idea that Vanille's like happy-go-lucky persona is kind of a front, and she's actually like scared and vulnerable.
Severely depressed and suicidal.
Yeah. She misses her girlfriend, that's the problem.
Yeah, exactly. And that's where Cthulhu comes in to moisture things up.
Just makes some men very happy when women are in love with each other.
Oh dear, there she goes again. She really loves fighting,
She has
doesn't
some
she?
strange noises that she makes.
I always found that, like, because I used to use her a bit because she was a good healer, but
Yeah, I think she's one of the
sometimes-
characters that's quite good, really.
Yeah, but it used to be awkward when playing at my parents' house, and it's like, what are you playing then? Nothing. Oh.
Yeah. I think I used like Lightning, Hope, and Vanille later on when I had my choice of characters.
Yeah, never you wished Hope would have the same sounding
Yeah.
groans and moans.
Yeah, I was like 13 at the time, so Hope was.
Yeah. So if anything, Hope was the weirdo. If anybody, oh, have I gone backwards? I feel like I've gone backwards.
Yes, you mean in the hypothetical romantic relationship between me and Hope.
Oh no, I meant backwards in the game. How can I go the wrong way in a game where you've just got to press forward?
Well, I think that's one of the problems that like going through a dungeon in an RPG and getting
They've
into
just
random battles can
respawned.
face.
What is this, Dark Souls?
Sometimes when I'm playing like Final Fantasy VI or Dragon Quest or something, I'll win a battle and then I won't remember like which direction I was going in before the battle started.
Yeah, I think that is. I mean, this is going to sound really like casual talk, but this is the problem I used to have playing RPGs as a kid. Is because I'd switched between so many games, because obviously I loved playing so many games at once. I had to go back to an RPG that I hadn't played in even just a few weeks, and I'd completely forget where I was supposed to be headed. There
Yeah.
were no, like, previously there were nothing to look at, there were no logs or anything. It was like, where am I going again? And then I ended up giving up or like restarting the game entirely again. Well, obviously later on down the line. Whereas with this, at least there isn't that worry, because it's just like, oh yeah, I need to keep going forward.
Yeah, yes, that's true.
But that said, even games like The Witcher and I suppose that's an open world game, but even like, I'll give credit to Final Fantasy XIII, is that there's never a point where you're lost where you're supposed to be doing, because it gives you a log of what the recent
Yeah,
story was.
games today with objective markers and stuff like that will basically never have that problem. Although I think there's something to be said for games that are like more obscure, I guess, if it's a conscious choice. Like Dark Souls actually is a decent example. It doesn't have a map or anything like that. But I feel
Yeah,
like
but I mean that's the purpose of the game, and even if you're brand new to even if you've been playing that game solidly, all week, you'll still that's a what? How was she not healing me? Yeah, oh, well, that was bizarre. Okay, so I died because I wasn't paying attention, and I'm just terrible at this game. Well, what was I playing again? yeah, with something like Dark Souls, it makes sense, obviously, because the whole point of that is to just find your own way around type thing.
Yeah, you're supposed to feel lost too.
Yeah, but I mean, like with games like the old Final Fantasy games, that wasn't the purpose of them. They wanted to follow a story and go into, you know, you need to sort of really pay attention to dialogue so you knew where you were supposed to be going.
Yeah, sometimes it would be like the hint would be provided by like a random ass NPC that the never
Yeah.
even. That was just back in the day. Games were more obscure. And that was part of it. Like the original Legend of Zelda too. It's very difficult to figure out without a guide. There's some stuff that's super ridiculously obscure. The way it's hidden. It's one random bush in the middle of a random scene.
Yeah.
It doesn't have any kind of visual distinction from anything else. Will be able to be burned down with your candle, but you can only use once per room.
There were certain games like that which it took me like ages, like days to figure out what on earth I was supposed to be doing. I got to the point where I just kind of gave up. I know an example I'll use, obviously you won't be familiar, is Shenmue. Like sometimes with that game, there'd be, I suppose.
You'd ask everybody where the sailors are, and nobody could tell you.
Yeah, but then it'd be like you'd be clueless to where you're supposed to go, and then it'd be like, oh wait, you're supposed to be at this particular time, and the time in that game is slow. So it'd be like at this particular time, this particular NPC will be visiting this park at this specific time, and you're meant to talk to him, and only at this time will he tell you where you're supposed to be going. It's like,
yeah,
Jesus.
you can see how that would be hard to figure out.
But you'd only figure that out because somebody else told you, oh, there's an old man who likes to visit this area at this time every day. Try asking him. And it was so strange, like, for games to be like that. And then these days, it's just like the big marker telling you where to go. And come on, Vanille, heal me this time. You're not doing a good job.
Good and bad things about both approaches, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not opposed to, I mean, I'm not one of these elitists that's like, oh, I don't like it if everything isn't as hard as hell and it's not a good game. You know, I think sometimes it can be a bit of a turn off if the game is too difficult and it's not fun difficult.
Yeah, that's very easy to get frustrated by an annoying ass game. Actually, Super Meat Boy was like that for me, where I thought it was just got to a point of being kind of obnoxious rather than just challenging.
Yeah. I mean, I always, you know, obviously the running joke with me in AFT and that is that I'm really opposed to Dark Souls, but I'm really not. I actually appreciate a lot that it has done in terms of making people actually try these days, because I suppose it came at a good time when the games were just holding your hand.
Yes, I think that is part of it. That's part of the reason why people kind of exaggerate how hard it is too.
Yeah. I think that's what I find quite, I suppose, not offensive, but quite patronising, is coming from somebody who has played like old games, SNES and Mega Drive, and you know, Gateway games weren't that easy, and didn't just hold your hand all the way through it. That it just, this game's like getting all this praise for being, you know, difficult, and oh my god, you know, there's nothing. It's not like, it's not the hardest thing ever.
No.
I've got through though. I played quite a lot of the first one, especially because I got it on the PS3 years ago. I think when it came out. Oh shit! I didn't mean to jump straight into that. I suppose that worked out. But yeah, as I say, I do appreciate what it has done, especially for new gamers who aren't used to that. I don't like talking about this because I always sound like a boomer. Like, yeah, like kids these days don't know what it's like to be playing difficult games.
Yeah,
but it's kind of true.
I mean, if I were like doing a review of Dark Souls, it being hard, it would not be like one of the first things I would say is why you should play it. You know, there are a lot of other things that I think are more important. But
yeah,
I do like that it has
story building around it.
Yeah, the way it tells its story in particular. And also, like, there's so many different weapons that you can use and different builds for them and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And exploration, too. You can really tackle different challenges in a really, like, tons of different orders. And so there's that whole issue where, like, if you're having trouble with a fight, you can just stick it out and get good at the patterns until you eventually win, or you can go do something else and level up and come back, right?
Yeah, and then learn from other enemies how to defeat. You had to get around it a bit better. I did appreciate that because I think when I played it, there were a couple of times that I got screwed. That's because I didn't figure out the mechanics. I would jump into the deep end,
Yeah.
and then I went back. I went to different areas, learned the mechanics a bit better, and then came back to the boss. And I understood the mechanics better, so I understood how to beat the boss better.
I wonder what it'd be like to become a crystal.
Probably boring.
That's exactly what Vanille just said just then, I'm sure. Just looked at him, probably boring.
Hey, Lightning. Did Serah say anything to you about her focus?
Nothing.
They're on about the car, the Ford Focus.
You know what? She probably didn't want to
Just
worry you.
pull out the Fal'Cie. Just love Ford.
Think she could trust me.
Oh.
Did Serah tell you anything about her Ford Focus? It's like, yes.
She said it got really good miles per gallon.
It's quite a decent budget car. Oh no, what am I doing? I'm not concentrating again. I'm too used to 14's taught me bad habits.
Isn't that terrible that we gave this game shit for being way too simple early on, and yet 14 is still even more basic and competitive?
Okay.
Yeah,
Thanks for healing me, Vanille.
Vanille does not know how to choose which character to heal.
Yeah, she's like, oh, Sazh just lost a tiny bit of health. Best heal him. I'm there, fucking crippled and sliver of
Yeah.
health. This is very, very similar to how I play. Vanille's just doing what I do in 14.
Maybe you should change your character's name to Aware by Day of Vanille and try to
Yeah.
cosplay as her.
I hope if there is, if you can get a costume of Vanille, I'm just going to buy it for my character and just do that. Just heal the one guy that doesn't need healing. Getting like rage in the chat. Why are you just healing from DPS? Just say to them, did your mum tell you anything about her focus?
I think it was to suck my dick.
I think it was to get good. Vanille has left the party. It's like, yeah, I'm getting banned from 14. Oh yeah, this looks like it's going to be an interesting bit. I can't remember though. And
Really
if it's
boss fight.
yeah, so it's a boss fight. It might be a good time to end it after that until
Yeah, until Mr. A comes back.
the curious Mr. A.
Until we can force Mr. A to watch Final Fantasy with us.
Yeah, and enjoy it. You will enjoy it.
I think I recognize
You will say it's underrated despite not being in any Final Fantasy games ever, so you got nothing to base that on. That ass.
Yeah. That ass needed a spanking and Lightning delivered.
Although I have died a couple of times, so at least you know, we are getting to be quite difficult, but I mean, this is too difficult.
Yeah, it's not just Mash X anymore. We do have some paradigms that we have to switch between and stuff. It's just that these mechanics don't really like deliver on their potential until later on when the fights get harder and
Oh yeah, I mean when you mash in the paradigm shift button over and over and over.
Yeah, like every couple turns or every turn.
Actually, come to think of that, I haven't actually checked to see if I can do much more with that.
We should be able to.
There we go. And what does this do again? Recharge 1. Oh yeah, that's the good one, is that?
Yeah, nice passive effect for you.
Boss attack or oh yeah. This is why I should just be. Oh no, that's not what I meant to do. I meant to go up. Oh, fair enough, I'll do. And that's that done. And I think that's as far as I can go until.
Should be able to level up as a Ravager as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just saying that's as far as I can go with Commando now.
Yeah.
I'll just do
So the next chapter of the game, yeah. You can also do the other characters.
Ah, damn. Okay, we'll leave that for now then. I'm mainly going to be Commando with her anyway, so it's not a massive issue with her. I'm going to focus on her healing.
I think the stat bonuses apply for both classes anyways.
Oh yeah, the health and that does, yeah, definitely. She hasn't got much, so I'm going to just finish her off and put a bit more into Ravinja. What's that going? Is that going downwards? Why is it going down? Okay.
Sure, the beginning of it. Yes, at the very start of the game, the character that has the most HP and levels on her is actually Vanille, which is storytelling through the mechanics, actually.
Okay, I haven't really got much to do for him, so he's just going to be...
Yeah, he's only got the one class right now.
He's going to be my best Ravenger, it seems.
There's Arrow now, which is the same thing as every other spell, but Wind Elemental. So if you run into an enemy that happens to be weak to Wind, it would be good, but otherwise it's pointless.
It's fine. Yeah, all this becomes like... all these materials become a lot more useful later on when you actually have to sell and make new weapons and shields and upgrade weapons. So for now, I just go with whatever weapons I find in boxes. Oh.
Yeah, sure.
That's not very nice. Come on, Vanille. Do your job. Try everybody's at top health so we can get back into it, because you're gonna die. You can heal yourself. You can do it. Go on. There we go. And back.
She's learning.
Oh, okay. Heal me quick, Vanille! Vanille!
Yeah, she's doing it.
Oh god, I'm getting focused hard here. What's going on? Vanille, focus me.
This is when you feel the need for a Sentinel.
That was odd. I don't know why I would just be purely focused then.
Yeah, it was unfortunate. You were getting taken down a lot faster than you'd expect.
Wait a minute.
When the flames turn to crystal. This is ridiculous.
That pattern on the floor looks very similar to the tattoo.
The sea tattoos, yeah.
What if anybody's actually had one of them tattooed? Because if not, I'm gonna get one.
I'm sure there are people who have it.
Yeah, there will be. They actually quite a big following did this game, despite having mixed reviews.
Yeah.
A lot of fans. I mean, there's so many lightning.
It's quite heavily advertised and everything. So.
Yeah, there's a lot of lightning rule 35.
Oh yeah, but... Well, it's always the girl characters who are the most popular, with very few exceptions.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, everybody just wants an excuse to rule 30. I'm like female Cloud, and the closest I can get with a cross-dressing Cloud. So now that Nomura's decided to give them female Cloud, it's just perfect.
They went crazy, yeah. Yeah, I'm sure there's way more Rule 34 of Lightning than there's a Cloud.
We'll have to test that Serah next time on the stream. I'll do an exclusive stream of just me viewing Rule 34. So
If you go on the websites, you can just like look at the number next to each character's name.
yeah, although it might take into account, just the element lightning and
Of lightning, yeah. Or clouds.
yeah, it might just do some clouds of big dicks. Oh, it might do a cloud of darkness as well. You never know.
Yeah.
Why am I just getting focused here? This is very odd. Have I enabled something? I mean, I know, that's the thing, but I mean, everybody, they're all focusing me, and Sazh just getting away with no, but she's still, but for some reason, Vanille's still healing herself and Sazh over me. Come on, focus someone else. What is going on?
Stay sharp.
There we go, it's turned around now. Are you talking all because you're...
No, I've been quiet for a few seconds.
Oh, okay, you think we're going green on this card? I thought
Oh
you were...
shit, they're probably the stupid vents. Being picked up by our microphone.
No, it would just... I just noticed it then. I know sometimes Discord glitches out, that's all, so I just wanted to just double check. Okay, so how do I open? What am I doing? I need to check where I'm going, you see, because it's a really complex map.
Yeah.
Get that, just forward. There's a save point over there, so that's good. Just in case I didn't know where I was going, they're making sure to look in that direction, so...
Yeah, they're being very helpful.
Look, lightning. Look, over there, up those stairs, forward. And make sure to press X.
Hey! It looks like we can get through here.
Really? Oh, you're right. Okay, well, I'm gonna look down here first.
Vanille with the useful gameplay tips. She's like the guide.
Yeah.
The strategy guide for this game is just Vanille.
Yeah, it's just a picture of her, and it's in the guide, and it just says press X.
Do it for her.
Yeah. Oh, what is through that thing? Yeah, I know, just hold on a second. I'm not running away as such, I just want to see what is down that before I end up going at point of no return. Oh, okay. So, is that a shortcut? Hold on a minute. This is odd. Oh, she's just gonna say we can't get through, isn't she? All that. Oh no, she can jump through it. And I'm assuming that's just a... Yeah. Yeah, that was Sazh, I think that's just a shortcut that I've just gone through. Okay, fair enough. But it's actually getting quite mazy now for some reason. I don't know where. I don't know where I'm going. Yeah, actually, I think we're about. I think we may have covered like almost 5 hours of this already. I mean, I don't know, so I'll just double check. And then if that's
Yeah,
the
it's a
case,
little
well,
over an hour on the stream.
yeah, so we should end up really. Let me just check on the timer at the bottom there. 3 hours, yeah, not too bad. And it's about 10 hours, I think, roughly before things really start kicking off. So,
Yeah.
oh dear, here we go again with the camera, and I've been attacked from behind. There we go.
So
Oh no,
you should
I
get a
do count.
replay.
Stay sharp.
This is going to be a bit tricky, I reckon. Just because of the big boy in the middle. Do it. Now, attack everybody else for now. Just get them out of the way while you're doing. So, focus him afterwards. There we go. Now focus him. There we go again with Vanille. Get him really into the light. Oh dear. I think we should be okay for one more hit. I think she should survive. There we go. This way.
Things making the hairs on my neck stand up.
And a save point up here, perfect. And we should be near a cutscene, I think, because there's a point of interest up there.
We'll be okay now.
Just check around here before we miss anything. An Easter egg somewhere. Picture of Cloud on the floor, Sephiroth. Picture of Nomura. Walk straight past those. Libra scopes, not bad. Okay, so we should prepare ourselves for I'll just save it one last time just in case. There should be a cutscene up here, I think. Could be wrong. Nope, I'm not wrong. Oh, there's hope. Okay, that's a little bit annoying. Okay, calm down, Vanille.
Stay close.
I want to look around.
Vanille.
That was very comical. And here we go, another boss, which I'll probably die at. And, no, it's staggered meters going up very fast, so it shouldn't be too difficult. Touch wood. Though what I should be doing is using this. There we go. That was extremely difficult.
charging up.
Charging? What are you talking about? Charging for what?
Charging for what?
It's last moments. Stay sharp.
It's probably gonna be painful. Oh no, that's fine. It didn't do anything. Come on, one more hit, there we go. If I had one more commando, that'd have been done a lot quicker, but it should be fine. 4 stars? I thought I did pretty well then. Ah, there we go. Yeah, he's still there, Death all aboard his tears now.
Come on, hop to it.
Exdeath
Let's
is
go.
dead. Looks like it's just me on my own. So, yeah, I think I might end it shortly after this. This should be a decent place to end.
This'll make things easier.
Yeah, knowing our luck, it's probably missing an engine.
You shouldn't be so negative.
And you shouldn't get your hopes up.
Alright, so we progress. So, I think I might end it there. We've been going for an hour and, well, it says hour and 40 minutes roughly. Exdeath, are you there? Exdeath? Okay, so my co-host has died on me. I think this game probably sent him to sleep. But yeah, I will be finishing there, and we will hopefully be streaming next time with Mr. A back again, because he was supposed to be watching this with us, but unfortunately he's in the process of moving at this moment. So yes, until next time, we will continue this amazing game. So thank you for anybody watching, or anybody who watches this on YouTube. Be sure to check out our Twitch channel at the Nitpick Podcast. The link will be in the description, no doubt. And until next time, see you later.